Jason,
What's up?
do you know what the Ganondorf is cooking?
No. But I know that it's easy to beat him with paper.
What?
The rock? Paper?
But it wasn't the rock I was talking about, it was Ganondorf!
But it's the cooking thing, you know. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? You know?
Oh, dang, he's been looking at my skirt for hours. Can someone help me out here?
He's been playing his organ menacingly. That's all the Triforce pieces resonating, by the way.
I call this evil infliction. Yes. Zelda, are your panties dropping yet?
My vagina is as dry as a bone right now.
The Triforce parts are resonating. They are combining into one again. The two Triforce parts that I could not capture on that day 7 years ago. I didn't expect they would be hidden within you two.
Well, if you play Skyward Sword a decade from now, you'll find out why.
And now, finally, all the Triforce parts have gathered here. See what I did with my cloak there? How epic it was? These toys are too much for you.
Hey, those are my toys!
Those are not the toys I was talking about.
Oh!
I command you to return them to me. Oh! Drew, I can't help you because of the waves of darkness. I can't get close. I'm sorry, Drew.
If you come back to do the fight over again, it immediately skips to when he says, "These toys are too much for you," and it just plays out that scene. Motherfucker.
So, what do you gotta do here?
It's basically the same fight with Phantom Ganon with added steps.
You gotta play tennis with him, okay.
Yeah.
10 love.
Oh, shit, no! Oh, I forgot! Fucking hell.
You had to use the light arrows, didn't you?
Yep.
Now, could you hit him now with the light arrow?
No, he's not stunned anymore.
Oh, so he would just deflect it?
Yeah.
Take this. Take this. Oh!
Oh, come on! Controller! Oh, come on, this fucking port!
So it begins. Wait, this what?
This port, whatever, I don't care.
I thought you said this porn.
Yeah, I'm watching porn while simultaneously fighting Ganondorf. I'm that skilled. I mean, I'd be impressed myself.
Well, maybe if you had both hands on the controller instead of one on your dick, you wouldn't suck!
Take this. Oh, dear.
There we go.
So how many times did you gotta hit him with the arrow?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's what I wish they would add in this game. Health bars, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Yep.
Now, is it worth it to equip the hover boots?
No, there's no difference.
Like,
in fact, you can even hook shot to him. I just don't want to bother aiming because...
Okay.
Because of the stupid fucking controller. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but the more damage he gets, the more tattered his cape becomes. So, like, you can see there's holes in his cape.
I think I see them.
You can see them more when he's not shooting the lightning.
Like this.
By the way, you can reflect this with an empty bottle, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the range is a lot shorter, but you can do it.
Yay! Now fuck him up!
Yep, that's the plan.
Oh, stop it, Ow, I am the king of evil. Ow.
You mean the king of douche?
Yes, of douchebaggery. You will not get in my way. Batter up. You need to work on your aim.
You need my depth perception? See, look, there's more holes in his cape.
Yep.
That's just a really cool little detail,
Thor.
and I really appreciate that they were able to add that in.
That little detail?
Yeah. It's a little detail, but I think it makes all the world of difference.
Alright, enough of this. Time to show you my real power. Tennis again.
Another tennis ball.
I would love it for Mario to come in with a tennis. I'll help you out!
That would be hilarious. Who the hell are you? Don't worry, I'm here to save you.
Wait, Italian? Or Italian?
No, it's me, Mario.
Alright. Alright.
God damn
You need
it.
to
He
work.
laughs every time he hits you, the prick.
Ha ha ha.
You're not dead yet, but I laugh because I hit you. Even though you have the common decency to not laugh when you hit me.
Haha, you
thanks for
suck
that.
at tennis.
God damn it. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Oh, what is this? A spirit bomb?
Yep.
Villains, give me your energy.
The easiest way to counter that is to just spin strike.
Oh, so that's like a free... was that easier than hitting the ball back over and over again?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
because you hit like so many back at him, he never deflects any of them.
Yeah, so that's like a free... Oh, okay, another freebie.
Yep.
Alright, if at first you don't succeed and it failed horribly, try the exact same thing again. No. This is really cool, though, like the animation of him getting hit by the arrow and then the light, like, consuming
Oh
him.
yeah, no, this is a great final fight.
Like, for its time, it's probably great. The great douchebag King Ganondorf beaten by this kid. Ugh. That was some mucus I just coughed up. I didn't take my allergy medication. Drew.
It's weird though, because you know, he's considered the king of evil, right? But then he uses this bright yellow magic as opposed to like shadow or something like that. So I think that's a little interesting, you know?
You ruined my dreads. Is he dead?
Ganondorf?
That's probably like Link's thinking, I guess.
Is he finally dead? Is this journey over? His eyes are open though.
So yeah, so if I was Link, I would pretty much just walk up to him and then just stab him with the sword.
Just to be safe.
Yeah, double tap.
Ganondorf, pitiful man.
What?
Without I was. Oh, you were.
Okay. I just noticed I am voicing a lot of these characters.
You are.
All right.
Go ahead.
Unless you really want to.
What? If you want to take a break.
Without a strong, righteous mind, he cannot control the power of the gods.
Zelda, you mind if you could just go back to your voice when you were a Sheikah?
Why? That voice hurts my throat.
It's just a lot more pleasant on some ears.
Drew, listen to me. This tower will collapse soon. With his last breath, Ganondorf is trying to crush us in the ruins of the tower. We need to hurry and escape.
He's right behind you.
Please follow me.
A quick stab to the throat.
No, time to go.
I could end it all. One. Evil cannot touch this blade.
Come on, follow me. Come on.
Oh, you're actually running ahead of her.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like the NPC walks too fast for your walking speed, but too slow for your running speed.
Oh, I hate that.
Yep. And that happens a lot.
And then again, I would imagine that it would be kind of hard.
Watch out for the boulder.
She gasps every time you get hit, by the way.
Gasp.
She like does the ah!
No, she does just
Ah.
You're right, actually. My mistake. How dare I be incorrect?
Her nice...
And she floats over those, like, walkways.
See Jesus, stop this, motherfucker. Jesus walked on water, I can walk on sky.
I'm twice the man he is, and I'm a woman.
What would happen if you fell down?
Just, you know, the reset thing. Lose a heart, reset.
Alright, come on, Drew, keep up with me. Uh-oh.
Oh, you gotta kill the guys first to let
Yeah,
out
and
of
these
the
are
fire.
the ones that they leave their bones, so you gotta kill them in a certain time frame.
Come on, Link, use that sword. Yes, your master sword, it's so brilliant to see it. That's right. You use it, thrust it forward. Thrust it deep. Deeper, Link. Deeper. Link, come on. Hurry up already.
You're actually making me nervous! Stop it!
This usually doesn't happen!
Thank you, Drew. Here's my love. Alright, there you go, you tramp. Have fun. Here's 20 bucks. Here's $100. Have fun raising my bastard.
Wait, what? But you're the mom! Ah, I'm a princess!
Nope, you're pregnant.
What?
That's the...
Yeah, that's her magic.
Link looks down, his belly, is you know, fat. He has the kid, he's like, oh my god, I'm pregnant!
Have fun pushing that out of your dick.
Zelda's just like,
I got state affairs to run. I can't afford to be pregnant right now. Take care of the baby. You'll be well funded by my kingdom, I promise. But I literally cannot hold a child right now. I got important shit to do, alright? Like washing my figure. Got a whole kingdom to run.
Yep, she transcends human biology.
No!
Drew, the exit's just over there.
No! Come on! I don't want to deal with the re-dead. What's that re-dead even doing here? It's just like, oh,
Sell me something! Sell me something! Sell me something!
I'm here to interrupt your journey and steal your soul. Oh.
Is that what they say?
No, didn't say anything.
Oh, can you take a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior Ganondorf?
No, thank you. I've already encountered him. He's not a pleasant individual. But you haven't seen our rec room. We have a smoothie machine. I don't really... Wait, did you just say smoothie machine?
Well, it's probably destroyed now because the castle is getting blown up.
True. Look at all this detail, though, into the collapse. You know, pieces falling off, the whole thing's coming down. You know, for 1998, this is a pretty good animation.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for its time, the graphics were phenomenal.
They must have thought, oh my god, the graphics are so realistic.
This is taking a while.
Uh-huh.
Well, you just destroyed my castle. Way to go, asshole.
Actually, this is in a different timeline, so...
It's over. It's finally over. Drew.
Oh, I'm sorry. Drew, I'm sorry I couldn't help you in the battle before.
Something moved. Something that shouldn't be moving.
There was probably nothing. Let's go.
Well, there's nowhere to go. We're stuck on a floating island.
She could float!
That's true.
We just established that she could skywalk!
That's true. She's better than Jesus.
I am quite cross right now. This is what you get for rustling my jimmies.
No, I'll rustle yours. This is supposedly Ganondorf's true form.
Ganon! Oh my god.
Like, Ganondorf, the body, or like the humanoid body, is like a disguise.
You lost the Master Sword!
Yep.
There's no way he's going to hold me back again. This time we fight together. Oh, so during that fight you couldn't lock onto him?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I could after I hit him with the light arrow.
Oh, then... okay. So, what's the deal?
Ah! Motherfucker. Oh, come on!
What's the deal here?
Well, I gotta hit his tail. That's his weak spot, right?
You gotta hit
Now-
it with the hammer?
Well, that's really the only available weapon that I have. I could hit him with light arrows again, but it'd just be a waste of magic.
Or the giant's knife if you had it?
Well, the giant's knife is too small, so...
The giant's knife is too small.
It broke, remember?
No, I'm saying if you had the giant's
Oh,
knife.
if I had the giant's knife, yeah, it would actually do way more damage than the Master Sword, too.
Oh, okay.
But, this fight's kind of a joke by comparison. Like, I try to make it more challenging for myself sometimes by not using light arrows, but honestly, this fight is a fucking... It's a joke compared to the Ganondorf fight.
Well, I can imagine it would be quite
Oh,
chaotic if you didn't know what to do.
That's true. I also am running out of magic, so... But that's why I have a bottle. Yeah. Like, for example, I'll try to roll under him instead of stunning him with the light arrows. Just to make it a little bit more challenging. You can actually hit his tail with the light arrow, too, if you're lucky enough, or you have the right aim. Man, he's down.
That's it?
No.
Oh.
Drew, the Master Sword is here! Hurry up!
Couldn't you just pick it up and...
She can't hold it.
Why can't she hold it?
Because the Master Sword chose Link. Only Link can use it. It can't hurt her, but only Link can use it.
Come on, fuck it, shut up!
Come here, you little scamp. Like you, continuously rolling between his legs. Get over here. Like, I could imagine that would be...
The humor behind it.
Yeah, frustrating. Get over here.
I mean, I'm not really concerned. I still have a fairy.
You have no hope, fairy boy. Ganon, I really have no idea what his weak point
You
is.
see, she says she'll help, but she can't, because all she can do is help me lock on, but she doesn't know his weak point or anything like that. But I'm sure it's not his glowing tail.
Now... you have a fairy, so it's like...
Yeah.
Well, whatevs. Whatevs.
That's not what I needed.
Bombs?
Yeah, like you can get him to destroy the architecture of what remains of the castle for items. See, like arrows. I mean, I want to see if hearts will actually drop.
Over here.
Magic drop. Oh, I'm dead.
No, you're not.
Fairy! Thanks, boys.
Oh, shit.
Really appreciate you getting my back.
Get over here, you fairy boy.
Alright.
I'm not a fairy!
Oh.
I got this! I'm using my power to hold the evil coming! You use your sword to deliver the final blow! Believe in yourself! Don't worry!
Believe in the heart of the cards! Wait, wrong franchise!
Use the pain of loss!
Do it, Kakarot! Wait, what? What did you call me? Wrong series, sorry!
That's all you had to do?
Yep, that's it. Oh, right through the brain!
Oh.
Ow, that kind of hurt.
Oh dear.
6 charges! No!
Spirit Ball!
Gather your... Share your energy with me!
Citizens of Hyrule! Share your energy with me!
Ancient creators of Hyrule!
Oh, now open the door, the sealed door. I'll send the evil douchebag into the void of the douchebag realm. Just fuck this douchebag, seriously.
Out of my poses, go!
Oh, hey. Oh, this is... So now they're... Are they all dead?
No. They're like ascended.
Okay.
They're beyond human.
I see. Who's that?
Ganondorf.
You. Curse you. Zelda. Curse you. Sages.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Sorry.
And you, Link. I'm not fond of you. Link, I am not fond of you
It's
at all.
true.
Drew, I am not fond of you. Someday, when this seal is broken, that is when I will exterminate your descendants.
Can you imagine being trapped like that for all eternity?
Oh, yeah. Well, then how is he going to get reincarnated if he's trapped? As long as the Triforce of Power is in my hand. I can give myself a powerful hand job.
Well, that's the thing. If he's trapped, he can't reincarnate.
Ah.
But I'll explain it after the cutscene with the timelines. By the way, if you notice, the Golden Gauntlet's gone.
So we're just standing on the sky.
Thank you, Drew.
Yeah, remember she's Sky Jesus.
Yeah, but like not Link.
Thanks to you, Ganondorf has been sealed into the douchebag realm. For the douches. Thus, peace will once again reign in this world for a time.
How long is he going to stay in there?
Well, we kept Charlie Sheen in there for a long time. And he was on Tiger's Blood, so we should be fine. All the tragedy that has befallen Hyrule was my doing. I was so young, I could not comprehend the consequences of trying to control the sacred realm. I dragged you into it too. Now it is time for me to make up for my mistakes. You must lay the Master Sword to rest and close the door of time, and then you can lay your Master Sword inside me. However, by doing this, the road between times will be closed.
I'm a fucking disgusting human being. I don't deserve to be here. I'm just pointing that out, folks.
Drew, give the Ocarina to me. As a sage, I can return you to your original time with it.
Doesn't he have it in Majora's Mask?
Yes, but she'll give it back. Like, in Majora's Mask, she gives it back to him.
Okay, so she's just
needs
borrowing
it for now.
it.
Yeah.
When peace returns to Hyrule, it will be time for us to say goodbye. Time to say goodbye, regain your lost time. Home where you are supposed to be. The where you are supposed to be. Would you stop? Alright, fine. Asshole.
Now, the thing that happens, because this game is like the focal point for the 3 Zelda timelines. There's the Zelda timeline where Link is defeated. So that's, for example, I didn't have a fairy and I got killed, right?
Thank you, Drew. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So imagine if I didn't have a fairy and I got killed, right? That's
Yeah.
the hero loses timeline. So that's...
What do you mean that you didn't have a fairy?
Okay, let's say, for example, Ganondorf or Ganon killed Link right there, right?
What during this fight?
Yes.
Okay.
So that creates the hero is killed timeline where certain games take place after this. So a lot of the handheld games like Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, Link's Awakening, A Link to the Past, those are all in the hero loses timeline, right? Then there's 2 the hero wins timeline.
Wait, I'm sorry. If you die here in the fight against Ganon, does it show like a cutscene or something?
No. They're saying like it's like a hypothetical death. Like
okay.
if Link
All right.
lost, that's the timeline that's created. But here's the thing. The 3 timelines do exist in the Zelda canon, so there is one timeline where Link loses, but I guess the most canon version is that Link wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Link loses timeline where we think that Breath of the Wild is on that timeline. there was a game theory where he says that Breath of the Wild is in the hero loses timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have 2 hero wins timeline. There's one where the hero wins and returns to his own time, which is Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess. Because Majora's Mask is a direct sequel after this is the same Link, right? And then there's the hero loses timeline and he doesn't return to his own time. Or something along that. If someone is more knowledgeable about what the precedence is for that, please post in the comments. But I think it's, he loses and he doesn't return to his own time, which is like Wind Waker and Spirit Tracks. Like, that's that timeline, right? And the big difference is that in the hero returns to his own time, Ganondorf eventually dies somehow, and then he's reincarnated again. In the Wind Waker timeline, and by the way, that Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time is the same Ganondorf in Wind Waker. It's what happened is he was sealed in that realm, and eventually the seal broke, and he left. And he left around, this time, or around the time of Wind Waker.
I see. Well, so how do you feel, because you've been wanting to do this game for a long time.
Yeah, so how do I feel about what?
Well, it being done and your thoughts on the game.
Well, I mean, I think the game is... It's really difficult for me to say that there is a perfect game, but I think this is as close as you get to a perfect game. The dungeons are created in a way that that work with the items in it. So, you get an item and that's what you need to progress through the dungeon. That's what you need to defeat the boss, Well, most of the time. So there's an obvious form of progression that doesn't get interrupted by the flow. The puzzles are great. It's maybe sometimes you need to think a little bit more about them, but for the most part, this game is as perfect as could be when it comes to like a puzzle action adventure game, I think it's a great game. I think the story's great. There's a lot of characters, lots of side quests. It's a really fun game. The only problem is that I mentioned like the arbitrary currency where like rupees aren't really needed to progress through the game. They're for all like the side stuff. And I just kind of wish the game was longer, but that's also a matter of, you lose that ability when you go back in the ages of video games because, you can only make such a big game. So, like, one big example is, like, Hyrule Field. The Hyrule Field here is really lacking. What can you do? You fight Pose, and you fight those pineapple monsters with the blades. But then you go to a game like Twilight Princess, and Hyrule is massive. You need to be on Epona to get through the world. There's a lot of secrets, there's a lot of nooks and crannies that you can go into.
You didn't really use Epona much.
You don't need to. That's the whole point. Like, Epona's kind of like a side thing,
There she is, still rubbing her breastplate.
Yep. So, I think this game is really good. Now, it's obviously not, like, the best game in the world. It's just a really great game, and it's one of those games where I feel like it will stand the test of time because of the way that the game works and the story behind it and how you're introduced to it. It's just one of those games that can do that. And furthermore, because the game was remade and because people still talk about the game and still play the game today, it's an obvious, clear sign of like, hey, this game is so good that we're carrying it through the ages. And I know video games have only been around for like, 30, 40 years. But when a game is remade for newer consoles, it speaks about the integrity of the game. Like, this game was so good that we're bringing it in for new generations to play. Or this game is so good we're developing it so that people who couldn't play it or lost the ability to play it can play it again,
So, wait, Navi left?
Navi left, yeah, just no explanation, just whoop, bye. What did you think of this game, seeing it from, like, the side view?
Well, I mean, I've already said what I felt like as a kid. Like, my impressions of it as a kid, I'm like, I don't like how he looks.
Now that you've seen it as an adult, like, seen it through...
Well, I said a couple episodes back that if if I could like look past that of him looking like a dorky Christmas elf. Did the screen go dark because of the Wii U pad?
Yeah, because it went idle.
That's so fucking annoying.
It's whatever.
Oh wait,
you can see Mario and Luigi in the back there.
She doesn't have her memory, does she?
No, they remember everything. It's just that.
Oh, she remembers too?
Yes, they remember everything. It's not like they lost their memories. They remember everything. It's just the difference is that okay, so Ganondorf was sealed in the future, right? But he was sealed in a realm that's kind of like a paradox of existence. So it's outside like the natural flow of time. So Ganondorf sealed in the future is he's sealed from the past as well because his body and soul was thrown in there. So it's not like, these are things that will eventually happen when the timeline progresses normally. It's no, this already did happen. And there's no, we got to wait for it to happen in our normal time. It's no, they skipped ahead and did it themselves. I don't know. It's weird because you know that my thoughts on things with time travel.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They made that a part of the game. They made it a part of time travel. Ocarina of Time. So there's like a clear kind of point to time travel. It's just that they don't really explain it too well in the game itself. And I think that's just a translation error.
It's hard for me to think of any like game or movie or show, whatever, where there's time travel in it and it does not open a can of worms. I can't think of anything that has done that yet. Anyway, my thoughts about the game, like as I said, like as a teenager, I think I could have looked like if this game came out when I was a teenager, the N64 was still in its prime back then. I think I would have given this game a shot because I could look past that and see, it still is an epic tale. I see the appeal. It's just that at this point, if there were any Zelda game I would want to try at this point, it would be Breath of the Wild. Yes. So once you get a Switch, man.
Yeah, things are gonna happen. The last thing that I want to say about this game is that this game...
What criticisms?
What criticism I have?
Yeah.
Well, the rupees, some of the boss fights, when you really know them, they're just really stupid easy. For example, Ganon's last fight.
Yeah.
It's stupid easy. The only thing that they do is that he just does a lot of damage. And he has a lot of health, so you gotta hit him a lot of times. But that doesn't give an excuse for the skill of a fight. I feel like a final fight should not only be long because it's like, this is the final battle, but also a final fight should incorporate more skills. Like, for example, if you were to do the Ganondorf fight and the Ganon fight, and it would require you to use more items that you picked up throughout the journey, that would make more sense. Because it's like you're using all the skills that you've culminated into one final fight, but it's more like just a repeat of the Phantom Ganon with extra steps, and then it's just like a regular fight at the end, where it doesn't really incorporate anything that you've done before. You can just roll under him and hit his tail,
Yeah. I think what I would have changed for this game is, I guess, make the boss fights more interesting. But in this game's defense, at the time, I'm pretty sure like it was impressive.
Oh yeah.
For its time.
Yeah.
And I would have added health bars. And I would have made like other things relevant, like those ice arrows you were talking about. Like if I was playing this game and I saw that empty slot, I would have been annoyed by that. Like, wait, what the fuck is this for? What?
Well, you can get the ice arrows.
I know you can, but like I'm saying, if you didn't have a guide or internet back then, like that would annoy the shit out of me. Like, well, anyway, so are you stuck on this screen?
Yeah, it's like this is it. So
okay.
And then if you reset it, you just go back to the end. You're in Ganondorf's tower, and you can just keep redoing the fight over and over again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts.
Kind of.
You can't save after you fight the final boss.
Yeah, you just keep redoing the final fight over and over again.
Okay.
Which is one thing that I appreciate of more modern games, where it's like you beat the game and then you just carry over your character to the next game, and then something changes, like it gets harder or you just have an advantage in the beginning. You don't have to scavenge for the items that you really want.
They do something like that for Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. And like Dark Souls as well. You can carry over your character and everything is harder, but you keep everything you have.
Which is another game you're itching to play for the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'll talk to you more about that off camera.
All right.
But you know what? Thanks for joining everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the playthrough of Legend of Zelda, and I can't wait to get started on the next game.
Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys.
Stay sexy.
And plunge your Master Sword into my pedestal of time.
I'm going to leave that in.
Okay.